Welcome back to the channel, sports fans. We've got big news from Milwaukee today as they make their first move of the free agency period, re-signing guard Kevin Porter Jr. to a 2-year deal. This move could have huge implications for the Bucks' future. Stick around for all the details, and if you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below with your thoughts on this deal. Let's dive right into it. Almost 90 minutes into free agency, the Milwaukee Bucks have made their first major move, locking in Kevin Porter Jr. for 2 more years. The deal, reported by ESPN's Shams Charania, is worth $11 million, with the second year being a player option. Now, this player option is crucial because it gives Porter the flexibility to re-enter free agency again in 2026, just like he did earlier this offseason when he declined his previous player option. But how did we get here? Well, Porter was traded to the Bucks in a deadline deal from the Clippers for MarJon Beauchamp. At first, it seemed like a bit of a last-minute move, but Porter quickly made an impact. He wasn't just a throw-in. He became a key part of the rotation for the Bucks. After Damian Lillard was sidelined with deep vein thrombosis, Porter stepped up in a major way. He averaged 11.7 points per game and 3.7 assists per game with Milwaukee, shooting an impressive .494 from the field, 8 from 3, and .871 from the free throw line. Now, when you look at his minutes, Porter steadily increased his playtime as the season went on, finishing the regular season at 19.9 minutes per game. And in the postseason, while things didn't start off so hot for him, he quickly found his rhythm, averaging 11.2 points and 5.4 assists per game on solid shooting splits of .396 from the field, .467 from 3, and .846 from the free throw line. By Game 5 of the Pacers series, Porter had assumed Lillard's spot in the starting lineup and showed he was capable of handling the big moment. So now we know the deal is done. But what does it mean for Milwaukee's cap situation? The contract details are important, and while we don't have every piece of the puzzle yet, there's some interesting stuff to break down. We know that Porter's deal likely uses the Bucks' biannual exception. This is a $5.1 million starting salary for year 1, with a 5% raise in year 2. This is key because it affects what other moves the Bucks can make this offseason. A quick breakdown here. The most a team can offer with the biannual exception is 2 years, $10.5 million. But there's a possibility that the actual salary in the deal could be slightly higher. If Porter's salary starts at $5.4 million in year 1 and increases to $5.6 million in year 2, then the Bucks are using part of their $14.1 million mid-level exception. This means they have about $8.7 million left on that mid-level exception to use, which could be crucial for re-signing Trent Jr., another key target for Milwaukee this offseason. The deal also has an impact on Milwaukee's cap space. Using the biannual exception means the Bucks are now hard capped at the $195.9 million first apron. What does this mean for the team? Well, it's a bit of a balancing act, but don't panic just yet. Right now, Milwaukee has about $167.3 million committed to just 10 players. Factor in Kyle Kuzma's unlikely benefits. Yes, those do count towards the first apron. And the Bucks still have around $25.8 million in space to work with. And here's where things get really interesting. With the Bucks now hard-capped, they'll have to fill at least 4 of their remaining 5 roster spots to comply with NBA rules. But since they can't go over the first apron, there's no reason not to use up all $14.1 million of the mid-level exception. That could lead to some exciting moves in the coming days. But wait, let's take a step back. Why does all of this matter for the Bucks' championship aspirations? The re-signing of Kevin Porter Jr. gives them another reliable playmaker, someone who can step up when Lillard is off the floor or in case of injury. This gives them flexibility with their roster, and they need all the depth they can get if they're going to compete with teams like the Boston Celtics and Miami Heat in the East. The Bucks are at a pivotal point in the offseason. They still have decisions to make with other players like Trent Jr., and they've got to figure out how to use their remaining cap space wisely. Adding another strong piece to the puzzle, whether it's through the mid-level exception or other moves, could be the difference between a good team and a championship contender. So, what does all of this mean for the Bucks in the long run? With Giannis Antetokounmpo still in his prime and the team making calculated moves like this one, Milwaukee is positioning itself for another deep playoff run. They may be hard-capped, but they have plenty of space to maneuver within the confines of the salary cap. And as we've seen in the NBA, it's not always about how much money you spend, it's about how you spend it. But what do you think? Is Kevin Porter Jr. the right move for the Bucks going forward? Will Milwaukee make more moves to bolster their roster before the start of next season? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with your fellow basketball fans. We'll be back with more updates as the offseason progresses, so don't miss out on the latest NBA news. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.